I'm State Senator Andrew Gounardes from the great Republic of Brooklyn. Thank you all for joining us here today. That was for you, Tish. I want to start by picking up a theme where the Attorney General left off, why state action is needed. Because the last time Congress, our federal government, passed comprehensive legislation to protect children online was 1998. We were still getting America Online discs mailed to us every week and getting online via dial-up back then. The world has changed 1,000 times over. The internet has changed 10,000 times over. And in the failure of Congress to act, it is incumbent upon us, state government, to step up and do the right thing to protect children. And I'm really honored to be standing here today with so many dedicated advocates and parents and children and members of the legislature. And I especially want to thank my co-sponsor in the Assembly, Assemblywoman Nili Rosick, for doing this with me. I know we're joined in the Senate by Senators Fernandez and Sepulveda as well. We're all here united in our mission to create a safer digital world for children. I want to repeat that, a safer digital world for children. We are not here as some cranks trying to push the waves back into the sea. We are not here as Luddites who don't believe in technology. We are not anti-tech. We are all here today to make social media a better and safer place for our kids. Because the evidence is irrefutable. Prolonged exposure to social media is wreaking havoc on our children's mental health. Endless studies reveal a distressing link between prolonged social media use and heightened rates of depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, self-harm. Simply put, as the Attorney General said, as the U.S. Surgeon General has said, the longer that children are using these platforms, the greater harm to their well-being. Which is why we are zeroing in on these so-called addictive algorithms, which are highly addictive feeds purposely designed by social media platforms to keep users engaged for long periods of time. That is what's making social media so addicting. It's a science. So the next time you're all stuck doom scrolling late at night, remember, it's not your fault. The app was designed that way to make you do that. The Safe for Kids Act will put an end to this harmful practice by offering children and teens non-addictive feeds. Could be a chronological feed, filled with the content that they choose to see or follow. They want to follow their friends, they want to follow their family members, they want to follow the Taylor Swift fan page or the Trevor Project fan page. They can do all of that. Nothing changes in this bill. They just will not be exposed to the harmful, addictive algorithms that the apps are hoisting upon them. Now, this should not be a surprise, but big tech, or rather big social, as I put it, are not big fans of what we're talking about here. Because what we are proposing strikes at the heart of their business model, a business model that generates billions of dollars for them at the expense of kids and their mental health. In 2022 alone, social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok collectively generated $11 billion in ad revenue from users under the age of 18. That's an enormous financial incentive to keep these algorithms in place for all users. So make no mistake, keeping kids online by serving them addictive content they did not sign up to see has nothing to do with free speech or the open internet. It's a cash grab, and our children are paying the price. Big Social has hired an army of lobbyists to stop us from changing their lucrative status quo. They formed these so-called coalitions of community groups to oppose us by alleging that the bill will shut down the internet for young people, or will target vulnerable populations, and the only way to protect them is through the benevolence of the social media companies and the technology they provide. But we all see through that playbook, and we know better. And that is why we cannot waste any time for action. These are reasonable and effective reforms that will protect our children and make social media a positive resource for them, not something that endangers their well-being. I strongly urge my colleagues in both chambers of the legislature to stand with us, stand with these parents, stand with these kids, stand with our coalition so that we can actually protect the most important people in our lives, and that is our youth. Together, let's ensure that our children inherit a digital landscape that fosters development and joy, rather than jeopardizes their growth and happiness. Thank you.